Hello? Can we finish this video? I'm trying to teach people things. Hi, my name is Alexa Roberts. I'm a cat mom, web designer, and owner of Voulu Creative, where we create beautiful and functional sites for our clients that make their lives easier. Today I'm going to show you 3 ways you can brand your website like a professional web designer. Let's jump right in. So first off, let's talk about the importance of a cohesive brand. Why can't you just throw up your logo, have a random website, have some business cards you made? Why does it all even need to look professional? Your business is the best reflection of you, right? Especially the clients that I work with all the time that are first-generation business owners, they really want this business to represent them well. You're putting all of this work into it, so it should. So it's so important for me when I'm creating sites that it seems that the theme of the site is representing the business owner well, the company well, and the services that they provide. So my goal for your website is that it should brand on autopilot. You shouldn't have to be the one saying, this is what we believe and this is what our company does and this is what our products are going to look like. Your website should be able to just say all of that for you. And lastly, what a professionally branded website does is it really protects your image and it builds that trust with your clients. If you have a website that looks like a 3-year-old designed it, just looks kind of thrown together, your clients are going to feel like they can't trust you. If you didn't even take that much time building something for your own company, how can they trust you with their work and their clients? If you have a professionally branded website that has a great looking logo, great color scheme that goes with everything, fonts that really tell your story, clients are going to look at that and they're going to say, wow, this company has it together. They take pride in what they do, they pay attention to details, and they're going to trust you so much more. Let's talk about those visual elements that I consider with my clients absolute necessities to have on your website if you want it to look professional. Number 1, cohesive colors. We talked about it a little bit before as far as the brands that you love and creating that vibe, but having those cohesive colors are a must. Keep it between 3 and 4 colors max. 3 to 4 different colors is plenty. You can have brights, you can have neutrals in there still. It all depends on what you're going for, but that should be plenty. A really great resource that I found to create your own custom color palette is colors.co. You can actually go on here and use their generator to choose different color schemes, and it'll even give you an option to change the saturation, change the hues, change the brightness, so you can really customize the color exactly how you want it to be if it's just a little off, which I think is amazing. And once you find the correct color that you're looking for, it'll even give you this color code here at the bottom. That way you can go into something like Canva or Illustrator or any web design platform that you're using. You can actually paste this code in and use that exact color on your web design platform. So it's really a great resource if you want to just mess around. I mean, I could spend hours on here, and to change all of the colors at once, you just press the space bar and it's going to give you a whole different set to start playing around with. In the same way colors can create an overall feel for your professional website, so can fonts. And this is where people get a little carried away sometimes. Simple is better. You would rather keep it a little bit more simple and have it legible and easy for people to read than some crazy, wacky out there font that you think is really cool and probably is really cool, but that nobody can read. They're just going to navigate from your site immediately without even giving it a shot, which is not what you want. That's not what your business deserves. So now the big power horse visual images that I tell my clients that absolutely need to be on their site, or if they already exist, need to be cohesive with the feel of their website to make it look professional, are things like your logos, your ads, any promo material that you've had created in the past, whether that be things like Canva or things that were professionally created, YouTube banners, partner ads from other companies that you work with and they require you to have their badges on their site. You don't want things like that to be a completely different field than your website. I've definitely had experiences like this with clients in the past who have worked with third-party vendors and they needed to display those badges on their website. So what I actually did for that was I pulled those images into something like Illustrator or Photoshop, edited those items, and then I was able to make sure that it matched the feel and the color scheme of the client's site, because I wasn't going to throw something on there that, say their site was blue and orange and white, I wasn't going to throw something on their site that was like black and purple that was like my brand. It just wouldn't look right. So even tiny things like that can completely change the feel of your site and make it feel like you really did give it some thought and that it was done by a professional, because that's what professionals do. They take that little bit of extra time. You are in that place. Maybe you're like, oh, now that I kind of look at my website and look at the other like different variations of branding that I have in my company, I need to get it together. And what do I do now? Because I'm overwhelmed. And I'm so sorry. I did not mean to make you that way. The good news is you can change those things at any time, especially a website. I tell my clients this all the time, you know, do not apologize if we need to make changes, because it's your site and it should really represent exactly who you want the company to be. It should embody everything that you've ever imagined it to be and who you want to represent your clients as. So if we need to make changes, it's no big deal. So don't be afraid of that at all. So let's say you're in that place where you're like, wow, I need to make some changes immediately, and I have some business cards and I have some print material and I have some packaging and I have some products, but how do I get that onto my website? So my very best advice for you is just start with where you are. You are where you are right now. You've built so much. Don't neglect all of the work that you've done thus far, unless you just absolutely really hate it, which I doubt, because at some time you did really like it. Your business can evolve and it can grow over time, just as a website can. So go ahead and look at that print that you have, look at that marketing material or that logo that's on the business cards already, and transfer that over to the website. Maybe a social media banner, colors that you find on your Instagram feed, and you can sample those colors and put those straight into a mood board or create a brand guide where you just decide, hey, these are going to be the colors that we use because that's where we are right now. That is totally okay. Brands evolve over time, they rebrand all the time, and it doesn't have to be a big ordeal if you decide to change that to your website, because it's so easy. And if you do really come across something you have designed already that you just absolutely hate and don't want to take it into the future of your business, don't. It's that easy. You don't have to take that into the next phase of the life of the business if you don't want it to be there. And the good news about having a website is you can make quick decisions, where if you just take an old logo that you're working with right now from a business card, you put that on a website, and 2 weeks later you decide, hey, I'm going after it and we're going to get a new logo, you can throw that on the website immediately. Well, I'm going to show you how I would do this within Wix, but really any website editor is pretty similar in the way that you do this. So we have our old logo right here, and this actually was an example of an old logo from when we first started the company. So let's just evolve it to something that we've moved past for now, but for example's sake. So we're going to go over here and click add. We're going to go up to images and then over to my image uploads. This is exactly where you can pull things into Wix from your computer or things that you already have in your gallery here. So right here we already have another variation of the logo. So you can also crop and edit these if you need to within the Wix editor, but for now we're just going to add it to the page. Then it will pop it right there on the page. You can scoot that over, delete this old one out of the way, and then we can drag this to exactly where we need it. We can even resize it if we'd like to and put it wherever we'd like to on the page. Rather than having 3 or 4 mismatching styles on your site, it's much better to just have a few elements that you really love and are cohesive across the multiple platforms of your business. Your clients are going to appreciate it more because they're going to feel like you're being decisive and making choices and showing them who your brand really is, and your visual users of the website are going to love it because it's going to make it easier for them to visually navigate your website as well. I'm wishing you all the best of luck in your web design endeavors, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out the full course on this topic linked below and grab your freebie while you're there. We'll chat soon. Bye!